Hey everybody, welcome back to Kali Conversation with me, Rick.
And me, Nain.
And this wonderful guest of ours who I personally have never met. I've heard a lot. He was actually referred to us by
Mike Cardenas.
Mike Cardenas.
Yes.
And lo and behold, we're here at Mark Cardenas' place.
If you haven't noticed the swag we have.
Yeah, we can't give it any of the way without charging you, so don't ask.
We'll give it to you at full price.
Pretty much, right? So our guest today, this is Jimmy, Yoda, Mirador.
Jiminy, Chim Charu.
Chim Charu. What is that?
Mirador.
Yes. Mirador.
Jimmy Mirador.
Folks, this is a real treat for us because,
yes.
I have never met this young man.
But we've seen him in the background.
We do see him in the background.
See him in the background.
He doesn't have one of those digital footprints because he doesn't want to be.
No, he's off the grid, so we're going to blur. That's not what his face actually looks like. It was altered for the sake of the replay.
But here's the thing. I like that about you.
Yes.
When we were talking about, how you are and you'd rather stay in the background, I've always joked with Nain, if he ever opened the school, I want to be the janitor in the back pushing the broom, right?
Right.
But that's us, right? You like to be in the background, like you say?
Well, I mean, the thing is, what is the purpose? You're there to teach the students. It's up to you if you want to promote yourself or promote the art that you want to share.
Right.
Before we continue, because not enough people think this way, folks, and I love that about you. Are you there to promote yourself or the art?
Yeah, and you're right.
It can't be both.
Yeah. There's too many people who actually want to promote themselves.
Yeah. And again, that's to their perspective.
Yeah. Right.
What they want to do, because again, a lot of times some students want to give homage or honor or praises to their instructor.
Right.
Some of them want to praise the system that they're learning. But a lot of times in the end is what you know and what you want to share.
Right. So let me ask you this: Where did you get your start? And I know you do kaiju because that's what it says on your shirt.
Norgal KSDI.
Yes.
No, what is the KSDI?
Kaiju Kembo Self-Defense Institute.
And that's out of where?
That's actually started in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Is that Tony Ramos's?
No, it's actually Kaiju Kembo was created by Sijo Imperato.
Uh-huh.
And then was he under him, or was he part of the five?
Yeah, he was part of the five that came down from the mainland that
that's
taught
awesome.
To the United States.
Wow. And then from there, it traveled wherever everybody went, right?
Yeah, wherever.
I forgot the timer. Sorry. Go ahead. It traveled. Kaiju.
Okay.
So,
am I timed here?
No, we still got 3 days. Sit down.
He doesn't want to be here. We forced him.
Oh yeah, boy.
And then I blinded him with my
good looks.
Lack of shirt.
Yes,
there you go.
I had two perfect eyes.
When we started.
God damn. He went there. I was gonna ask him about the eye. Then I realized,
it was a good setup.
He said it, not me.
How old were you when you started?
Oh yeah.
On and off.
On and off, really? You didn't stay and go straight?
No, I actually started off in Taekwondo and.
God, every Filipino does that.
But,
really?
Yeah.
Is it Filipino thing?
Yeah.
You're Filipino?
Yes, I am.
I didn't know.
Yeah, but again with friends, relatives that have sticks and they taught and showed, but never got into the interest of it.
Right.
Until later on when I wanted to learn my culture.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's how most Filipinos get into that because, we talk about this a lot on the show where a lot of Filipinos don't even know what FMA is.
Right.
Right? And then to hear that, because I was the same way, I wanted to learn my culture. So when my brother brought it, he goes, there's this thing called FMA, you should learn it. It'll teach you your culture.
Right.
And to hear that from almost every Filipino that I talk to is weird, right?
Right.
But here's something we haven't asked most Filipinos. What did you learn about your culture by practicing FMA?
No, I mean, yes, I learned about the history of it. A lot of times, you hear about the Lapu-Lapu and the Battle of Mactan and Ferdinand Magellan and everything else like that. But that is in the central and southern region.
Right.
But a lot of times you don't hear the northern.
Right.
And actually, I'm from the I'm from the northern side of the Philippines.
Where in the Philippines?
Pangasinan.
Pangasinan. Oh yes, I love that place.
Yep.
Dude, there's an area there called 100 Islands.
Yes, I
Right?
actually live close by there.
Oh man,
I ran one for like $500.
me and my friends, we took a you take a boat.
Yes.
It comes with a cook
Yes.
and a nanny, and you go out and it's like maybe 1,000 pesos,
Yep.
which is really cheap. And then they're there, they cook for you and everything. They leave and then they come back with breakfast, right?
Yep. If you go stay in their cabins in
Yeah,
their restaurant.
right. And we were on the President's Island.
Yes. Marcos Island. Or
Yeah. Right. Dude, we gotta go.
Yeah, I've known you for 8 years. This is the first time you invite me, you bastard.
And is that the first time you heard about it?
It's the first time I heard about it.
Yeah, $100 is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So I'm learning it from this Filipino instead of the one I'm with all the time. Okay, yeah.
See, you have to learn it from a third person.
Right?
Well, again,
Man,
I was
it's terrible.
I was raised in America, so
Oh.
it's not in my thing.
Yeah, where were you raised?
I was born in the Philippines, but raised in the Bay Area, San Jose.
Really?
Yeah.
Vallejo?
Yeah.
Vallejo?
No, San Jose.
San Jose?
San Jose.
Oh, you're at the other side.
Yes.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yep.
Did your daughter just run into a wall?
She just ran into the
Folks,
barricade.
as you all know, we're over at the VEA with Mark Cardenas. He's doing a collaborative. And
And of
anytime
course, my children come with me.
and that one just loves to run into walls.
Yeah, she does. She's trying to jump on it.
Well, that's the full padding and everything, so it's safe.
It's technically a gymnastics studio, so
There you go.
It's
That's
relatively
what it is.
safe.
So
Jesus
you get into a place because you want to learn your culture.
Yeah,
Yes,
And whose system did you jump into?
yeah, to learn the northern side.
well, I mean, again, continuing back to the culture, I actually lived in the Philippines, went to school there, so I actually learned the culture firsthand. I
Oh.
actually lived there and pretty much experienced what it is to be a native of the Philippines.
Was that after being in America for a while that you went back?
Yes, so I went back and forth. So it's kind of like that time of balikbayans.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that kind of a thing. So yes, I went to school there, and then this funny thing is Filipinos do not promote their culture as
Yeah.
much as we should. And again, the thing is, we should be proud of our culture, but a lot of times we are, how do I say it? We're more fascinated with other cultures.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, America's is all over in the Philippines, and so is
I've-
Europe, and
Yeah, I feel bad admitting it, but growing up in the Bay Area, you do see a lot of Filipinos. You always saw them kind of emulate the biggest group.
yeah.
If it was a primarily white school, then that's
They
what the
became white.
Filipinos. Yeah, if it was primarily Hispanic.
So
and
what
all
you're trying to
that.
say, we're good chameleons?
Yes, you are.
You
adapt well.
Well, it's true though, because even
That's
in the
what kids
Philippines,
do.
right? You know, Maria Bello, right? What does she do? She makes creams to make us white, right? I mean,
Like bleaching creams?
yes,
Really?
Yeah, Filipinos would rather be more lighter skinned.
He has a darker spot right here, so he must be a customer.
Yeah.
This was his original. I'm messed up.
Right, Bello
Sorry,
Cosmetics.
what he was trying to point out was my birthmark. So. I just want to keep that like,
It's a birthmark. In case people start saying, "Yeah, that guy whites himself."
He used to be a lot darker.
I was like, "Damn, he was really dark."
But you're right. We don't, for whatever reason, Filipinos are almost feels like they're a little embarrassed of
and
their own thing.
see, the
right?
thing is, and again, it's just sad that we feel that way, but we have so much to offer.
Yeah, so much history.
And again, a lot of times is again, I don't want to admit this, but in the Philippines, there's a categories where there's the original, import,
Yeah.
and local.
Yes, it's crazy.
So
Because
in-
I'm like you, right? I was raised in the States.
Yes.
I went back when I was 27.
okay,
You
And I
cried like
fell
a
in
little
love,
girl.
and I cried because I saw the poverty, you know. And I'm talking about back in the '80s when I went there for the first time.
Right.
The dirt roads, you
Yes.
know. You go outside, you come back, you blow your nose. It's all dirt and soot,
oh yeah,
right?
because of the smog and
Yeah, right. I mean, it was really bad back then, and then to what it is now, it's changed a lot.
Yes,
But I'm like you. I was like, holy shit, this is my culture. Ooh, you know. and everybody there spoke English.
Yes, and again, as what you have mentioned, is they try to emulate what's the popular and biggest
groups are
there. So
yeah, it's crazy because we feel like, how is it that an entire culture who's been taken over by so many different cultures don't want to live in their own culture or beef it up or make
that might be part of it. I mean, for so many hundreds of years you were forced to kind of adapt to somebody else's culture, the invading culture, that where do you have that sense of self
or identity?
Right.
Yeah.
Again,
it gets stripped away from you.
Oh yes, and again, and so what we as what you mentioned, is we're very adaptable.
Oh yeah.
But also at the same time, because we are that, we lose again our identity.
The original.
Yes, and a lot of times is another thing is, if you look at how Filipino, right? It's with an F.
Right, but it should be No, you're absolutely.
And again,
right.
you got to understand is Filipino alphabet. Is that Filipino alphabet is how many?
Yeah, it's not that.
It's not. We're 20, and with consonants and Spanish to American is 26. So there are some letters that are missing.
Right, from the Filipino, yes.
Yes, and so they're...
Dude, this guy's well cultured. Yeah.
So what happens is they are forced, even though they're trying to speak the language or speak English, because of the lack of letters in the alphabet, they sound...
But yeah,
with
and
the accent
the biggest joke about that is all about Filipinos and poor.
Yes.
It's all these things, and you hear it, and it's the butt of the joke now.
Yes, and it is, and again, it is sad to where, you want to be proud of your name.
Right.
So the country was represented by King Philip.
Right.
Not Philippe.
Nope.
Philippe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's Philip. So it has to be with a P.
Philippi.
But again, because of popular demand of, it has to be an F. So it's...
Right. Philip. Yeah.
We're filming.
It's weird. Thank you. Hey, folks, we are at a live event, so we have people that are going to cross, even though there's all kinds of barriers.
Yes.
I didn't see that. It's like she came over there. She came from there.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, but I get your point, because it's really amazing and a little bit sad that we can't latch on to our own culture. I mean, like I said, I'm at 27, and I didn't find out about my culture until 27 years old. That's...
Oh yeah, I mean, again, like I mentioned too, I went back to the Philippines to go to school, and I actually learned the cultural dances, and it's an experience. And a lot of times right now, in schools here in America, they have cultural events and cultural clubs, and they actually teach
Filipino stuff,
Filipino dancing.
Yeah, which is weird, because we don't even teach the real American history, let alone teaching other people's cultures. Yeah. No, but it's the groups, right? It's the Filipino people getting together and
trying
wanting
to bring the culture.
Yes.
Because I remember back in high school, my sister, who's Filipino, decided she wants to join the Filipino club.
Your sister's Filipino?
But you get what I'm saying,
right?
Because she, like me, was raised in America, but she wanted to go to a Filipino club to learn to be Filipino.
Exactly. No, exactly. And a lot of times is again, if you walk or talk Filipino, another Filipino will turn around and be happy that, oh my gosh, this person is speaking the native language.
Dude, when I went to the Philippines and I tried to talk to people in Tagalog, right? So I'm on a jeepney.
Yeah.
And somebody told me, if you want to get off, just say para.
Para.
Right? So I'm going and I'm going along and I got to get off and go, hey, pera.
Pera.
Yeah.
I'm saying pera. The guy thought I was going to mug him.
Yeah.
Because pera,
it's
not
money.
para, means money. So they think, hold up, bro, I'm going to...
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to get off. He goes, and they start laughing. Why don't you just speak English like us?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Well, I mean, you see, and that's the funny part.
Right?
You're stupid.
No, exactly.
I'm trying to be culturally, cool.
Sensitive?
Yeah.
You want to be, but
That's totally American, sorry.
No, but here's the thing though. It's funny that you want to express your culture, but your fellow Filipinos will make fun of you trying to.
Yeah, so it makes me not want to do
that
it.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's the sad part. I mean,
Right.
again, a foreign born trying to assimilate or trying to be part of their culture, and yet at the same time, a native Filipino try to make fun of you.
Yeah.
So how
When
much-
I went there, right? Because here in the States, I only use a fork.
Yes.
Wow.
I go there and the kids are like, "Mom, how come doesn't he know how to use the spoon?" And I'm like, "What?"
Yes.
I was getting chastised by the kids.
Yes. No. We don't use forks. We use our hands.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I couldn't win.
Make up my mind.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
up my mind for me, please.
Yeah, I couldn't win.
No,
Wow.
you cannot. And again, it's a lot of times is sad to say is based upon the media and how
Right.
their influence of what is proper and what is not. So, but going back to the Filipino martial arts, I actually learned Filipino martial arts here, where I learned
From
it.
a white guy?
No,
Just
no, he didn't have the cream. So no, he didn't have that. No, he was.
He didn't have the skin
was-
whiteners.
yeah, there was a transport issue. there.
Yes. No, actually, I learned it from I'm a grandmaster here in San Jose, but now he's retired and
Okay.
or not teaching here no more in the United States.
And who is that?
His name was Norito Soriano.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Norito, yeah.
Norito, yeah, Soriano. And again, I pretty much brought him over here a couple of times and try to show the system. It's a northern system based upon the Cinco Teros.
Okay.
5 hits. But again, because of the north, there's influence with Kabaruan, Kabaanan systems.
So he's a big name then.
I mean, again,
Like I said, I've heard of him, but I've never met him.
No.
again, a fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. Again, he's not a person that said, "Oh, I am such and such, and I want to teach this."
Right.
It's pretty much
Like you.
It's
Yeah.
a word of mouth and
Yeah.
trying to, whoever wants to learn the system.
You know, we're collecting names of people like you because we met a couple that are like, wait, you helped do what? You were influenced in what? You helped who? How does nobody know your name? And they're like, well, I didn't want to. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
Well, that's like
Well, I
OKO
mean-
or Adonis
I mean-
was the same way.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the thing is what they say is you don't want to say it, but you want to show it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Yeah, I
and
get
that isn't that weird though that's how that has to be for them. Mm-hmm. Because it's like they almost got tired of the politics.
Right.
So you know what? I don't want to talk about that. I'm just going to show you what I do.
Right, but the thing is, it's just unfortunate to any organization, politics will
Yeah. Always
it
get
will pop up and everything. And again, as a lot of times is in the Philippines, sticks was not a popular thing until they had
in the schools.
Yeah, in the schools because it became a national arnis bill to say.
Well, yeah. Well, that's because of the Presses Brothers.
Yes.
They decided, hey, let's not look like savages that we are. Let's pretend and be culturally, whatever.
Right.
This is our culture.
Yes, but unfortunately, yeah, this is our culture. But if you look at it in all the sports and anything, you don't see any Filipino sports that is pretty much
Our own.
Filipino, yeah.
our own. I mean, you look at it. If you go to a gallery, oh, this is a renowned Filipino artist, and then you look at it and it's like a flower or some foreign.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There's always that second, something that indicates, oh, he's thinking more foreign than he is.
Yes,
Filipino,
of
right?
culture. And then
Well,
again,
we are taught, like you said, and it's not just the media. I think throughout history we were taught that high art comes from certain areas, right?
Oh,
I'm
you
not going to
gotta
say
be-
which areas those are.
Yeah.
But
Not
everything
here.
outside of that is indigenous art.
Well,
Yes.
And it's
what-
not
what's
considered.
popular in the Philippines right now? Korean pop, K-pop, right?
yes,
Dude,
right.
K-pop's popular
Everywhere.
everywhere.
But in the Philippines, more so.
Right, and then
they go crazy.
Right. Yeah. No. And it's pretty much again. Remember what I told you
Yeah.
about imports and
Local,
So
yeah.
it doesn't matter what you present as long as you're not from there. You will have an interest.
Success.
Yes, an interest because it's so
Going
hard.
to the Philippines.
Yeah, you can be a star there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's easy to get popular over there.
Yes,
That's why,
a lot of
Air Supply and all those guys.
Really?
Oh yeah, their biggest shows were out there rather than here in the States.
Wow.
That's why everybody was mad that Elvis never got to go out of the country.
Yeah. He would have blown up even more.
yeah.
But that's true, though. I mean, because his manager didn't have a passport to leave the country.
There you go.
I shit you not.
That's stupid.
Again,
Right.
that's the politics of it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, again, as the Filipino martial arts, and again, I try to learn the culture of it, and again, a lot of times is a tree has to have its root. If you have a strong root and try to promote the system that you have,
Right.
because unfortunately, a lot of Filipino martial arts, if you ask them about the history, there ain't none.
Yeah.
There is no route to kind of follow and where it originated.
Right.
None. And a lot of times is, you do this because it's effective. But how did it evolve? How did
Yeah.
it start? And a lot of times, we have three systems in the Philippines. But a lot of times people will say it's only one art. It's only a one.
And I agree with that, though. Because movement is movement.
Movement
Two
is
hands, 2
movement.
feet, right?
True.
But because of the branding that each individual puts to it, it becomes their own system. That's why we have 28, 30, 40, different Filipino martial arts.
Okay.
But again, with 2 hands, 2 feet, we're all showing the same thing, but we're naming it differently, I think.
He's changed my mind on a few things in reference to that. Because I know we've had this conversation
Yeah.
several times, right? You and I, about the idea of, FMA and what it means and the regional name versus the central name. But what I'm getting from him is that within that name, that system, there's a history from family to culture
definitely.
of what transpired that led them to where they are today, whether that system's still around or not.
Mm-hmm.
And to learn the system is really just a study of that history, less so, this system is the...
Yeah.
It's not about that.
No, it's true. I mean, again, and we'll dive into shop talk of Filipino martial arts in general. Okay.
Shop talk.
Since we're here,
Yeah, shop
No,
talk.
I mean, again,
I like it.
because I'm not the authority of the systems of what they are, because I'm not the person that's gonna tell you, oh no, this is this system and this is why it came. No, this is from my opinion. This is from my research.
Your personal view.
Yeah, my personal view.
your personal
Again,
skills,
what they say, Kali is the oldest system, and then you have Eskrima, and then you have Arnis.
Yep.
Okay, and you say all those systems are identical, and you're smiling, but are they? But because you gotta understand is because the country of the Philippines alone is they're all separated in small islands.
Right. Thousands.
Three big islands, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. But between those islands, which are their neighboring?
Right.
Because here's one thing that I saw was the neighboring countries or the country that occupied a certain region will have heavily influence on how the Filipino martial
Agreed.
arts adapt.
Yes, absolutely.
So
You're right.
if you have Kali and it's because Kali is a form of silat and everything. So where did that come from? Indonesia, Malaysia, and everything because of the Malay.
And that's why you see Kali is a lot more
Bladed
fluid
and-
and yeah. No, I totally agree.
Okay.
And then at the other end in Cebu, it's
Cebu,
more Spain.
Spain. So guess what? Because what they learned before the Spaniards came was the Kali.
Right.
But because of the invaders,
fencing.
Right. They
Fencing.
became fencing.
so
Escrimadores,
all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, this is a different way. So they evolved to that influence. Now you look at the north, it's Arnis.
Yep.
Again, what was the neighboring country that goes there? Again, I don't know if you ever heard of Limahong. He's a Chinese pirate that goes sailing around the northern side.
Oh wow! I didn't know. I never heard that part.
I thought the pirates were in the south.
Yeah, no, that's a different. Again,
Different pirates.
Yeah. Well, that's why his name was Limahong because
Yeah. Didn't you watch? Haven't you seen the Pirates of the Caribbean? There's Chinese guys.
Yeah.
And there's
So
like the French people.
so now their influence is more broadswords and weapons. So now each one of them will have a distinct way
Right.
of fighting. The Kali side will be blade, where the Eskrima side will be more of a fencing, to where the northern will be more broadsword power. So you can't tell me that all systems are the same.
No, I don't think they're the same, but I think under the guise or the title of FMA, they're all Filipino martial arts.
They are all Filipino martial
Right.
arts, but
There is a breakdown as to.
yes, there is a breakdown.
And I totally agree with that. What even makes that even more solidified is that when you have all the different factions that were there, like, you know, when you had the old school guys, Bacon, Huron, all of these top guys who then branched out and moved to different areas.
Who were those guys?
Yeah, right.
No, but I mean,
the Doce Pares.
okay, so now,
Now
you say the Doce Pares, right?
love this.
Again, you look at it as this. You know who Anchong Bacon is, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, the Doce Pares, right?
Yeah.
Balintawak.
Right.
And you know the Cañete, right? And they're also Doce Pares.
Yes.
But what happened? They had a disagreement, right?
Yep. The
Okay.
families and
Again, this is known and what is they're in their
The
history.
basic history.
Yes.
the basic.
So, but here's the thing, though. Wasn't Anchong the old elder of the
Yes.
new? And again, they split up. And where did he go?
Yeah, he went over. I think Manila, right? In that.
No.
Where did he?
Funny thing is, again from what
Mexico.
hey, they might no. But again, I don't know the layout and everything. But from what they say is, from the Doce Pares headquarters, he moved to one corner, and that was the
Around the
street.
corner of the street.
The street. It was called Balintawak.
Right. Yeah. That's what Balintawak, because it was the name of the street that they taught out of. Yeah.
So I mean, again, that was my what you call.
No, Mel Orpilia told us that
that's
story.
right.
He
That's
told us
right,
that.
Mel.
Balintawak came from the name of the street in the
So
south.
again, by just reading of what it is, it's like you can't just listen to people say, "Oh yeah, it was from Balintawak." Was in Cavite with and all that. He said, "No, it's not. It's basically they have an argument, and he moved to another building." It's like, wait, there's,
That's the name of the street. What are you gonna call it now? You can't call it Dos Pares. They got it.
yeah.
Balintawak.
Balintawak.
But you gotta understand though, has the system changed?
Not really.
No, it's just a name change.
Right.
But they're
Well,
still the same.
that's why I mentioned earlier that it's all about the branding. They give it their own name.
Yeah, the branding.
Yeah.
And but a lot of times though, is I tell people, I tell students, oh, I'm gonna learn a system. Okay, ask the instructor who's their instructor,
Right.
and then if you can ask that instructor to tell them what their instructor is, then you'll know which
Where you
lineage
came-
you
where you
came
really came
from.
from, right.
Because a lot of times it gets lost of where their roots come from.
Oh, thank God, because I don't have any.
Right? I mean, again, because you see a lot of different systems,
Yeah.
but have similar
Yeah, traits.
traits. But you can't. Oh no, I'm different because of
No, you're not.
the name. But again,
You still came from this.
yes, and again,
Yes
it's just
and no.
Again, that's my opinion and how
Right.
I see it. And again, it's to their own and how
Yeah.
to
Let me
promote it.
let me ask you this, because you bring up a great point. So let's say the top guy that started it all, and down to the trickle effect of
Yes.
the guys below them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that the guys below them maybe changed it just a little bit so that it fits their own style, and is that the evolution of what it now becomes?
Or the difference.
Yeah, or the differences?
Sure, because again, the system will always be the same, but you got to understand, people will pick up things that they like to do, and that's the influence. Because again, a lot of times, for example, if you two learn the same material, but you're more close quarter and you like to tangle, unfortunately you don't. You want, because of height or strength, you want to be a
Mid-range or
mid-range or
long-range?
long. All of a sudden, oh no, I'm a mid-range long and I'm a
Close quarter.
close quarter.
Wow, he read us really well.
But the thing is though, the system that you learn from is the same thing.
Same exact, yeah.
So
It's just your
That's
preference.
the argument we had on the call right here.
Yeah, that's
we're
what
like,
we
we're
were
still
talking-
doing the same thing we were
right,
taught.
but the thing is the interpretation of the practitioner.
It's the understandings that they have about. Yeah.
Yes, it's
No,
what
and
the-
I totally agree. That's how.
No,
that's
yeah,
why I thought is
absolutely
that really does happen that way because
No,
it's
it
what
does.
your own
Yeah.
influences
Yes.
brings to the table.
And
Right.
I know you won't say it, but I'll say it. He's right, and I dare anybody to say otherwise, because he will fight you.
Yeah, he will. We got money on him. Wait, how much money we got?
Here. I don't know. We need more.
I got $20.
Well, they're paying for it.
I mean,
so the result will not
we'll
be.
give you 10%.
He's gonna bet on himself to lose. Oh no.
No, but again, see, the thing is, you gotta understand what is self-defense. It's to defend yourself. You're not there to promote. Oh, I could, kick somebody's butt, or
Oh, no,
I should-"
no,
no.
yeah.
It's a self-defense. It's to protect yourself in harm's way.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, people want to learn to see how well they can handle themselves, and a lot of times, by all means, do.
Yeah.
You want to explore how well you are, but a lot of times is, people that do compete and people that don't will teach. Because again, see, the thing is though, you gotta understand is there's different levels of a martial artist or different levels of training, because it's sad to say, but there's different priorities of an individual.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, you have family, you have work,
Yeah, life gets in the way.
Yeah.
that gets in the way. And
Yep.
again, that martial art, maybe it's a leisure, or it's a perk or something that is for them.
Yeah. Or a YouTube show.
Exactly. It's something that they have interest in. So again, their level of what they want to do with it is up to them.
That commitment.
The commitment is like they want to learn what it is and what the culture and what
And
it's
to
all
what
about.
level you want
Everything
to do.
behind it. Yeah.
Right. And there's other people that are gung ho. It's like, yes, I want to represent this school. I want to represent this system, and I'm gonna compete. But they're all equal in a
Yeah.
sense of they're all both learning and
Right.
representing that system that wherever
No,
they
you know, I love your mindset on all this. Let me ask you this, because I think we've talked to death the martial arts stuff. I want to know about Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
Because when we heard about you through Mike Cardenas, thank you, Mike.